Hey there, Coach Patrick here from Endurance Nation, back with another coach message. This week, I'm talking to you about the Bermuda Triangle. Just got off the phone with one of our amazing athletes. All of our athletes on the team are just incredible, amazing people, just like you. But sometimes things go wrong, right? Things just aren't right. We've all had ups and downs, right? Life is a roller coaster. Sometimes things are going our way, sometimes they're not. In general, most of us have been around the block long enough to know that's just temporary. But there's something different when you're getting to a race. There's something about having a destination and being in that window where you're just about between 5 and 8 weeks out. So we're not quite to taper time. We're in the key work phase. We've done a lot of training to get here. But in this key work phase, our expectations are high, our goals are high, and even the smallest disruption can seem catastrophic because this is the time. All of my race depends on this session. I have to do this session or this ride or this run or this swim or whatever that session may be. This is part of that particular build. And if I lose it, if I miss it, then I can't assemble the puzzles, right? It's like Ted Lasso, but somebody lost a piece of the poster puzzle for Believe. What are you going to do? I'm here to tell you that this is known in journalization as the Bermuda Triangle. It's that perfect place. Too far away where you can just focus on training and not worry about racing, too far away from the race itself where you can start tapering and really take the back off the gas pedal a little bit with your training. We're in this space right now where the pressure's on. We have high expectations. And this, my friends, is when things go wrong, because when our expectations are super high, that's when they're most likely to be shattered. So we call this the Bermuda Triangle. So come with me. We're going to talk about the Bermuda Triangle today. I'm hopefully going to deconstruct it for you. Regardless of whatever sport you're in, whatever your goals may be, this peak period of time for training, that 8 to 5 week window out, which is really the month before the month of the race, is where things really happen. So there's three things. So I'll keep the Bermuda Triangle theme going for you. So it just happens in a place. So number one, something just goes wrong with life. Like life is fickle in of itself. And many of us train, raise your hands if you're like me, to just stay sane, right? It's cheaper than therapy. Depends on how many bikes you have, but cheaper than therapy and a hell of a lot more fun as well. No, please don't take any offense, a therapist. I don't want a bunch of angry therapists out there coming after me. But sometimes life just doesn't go your way. Something happens, right? And life is the kind of thing that kind of always happens, right? Because life is happening no matter what we're doing. We go for a run, life is happening. We stay at work, life is happening. You can see it. We all have phones with social media apps. Life is happening all the time. Sometimes life just doesn't go your way. Life sucks. Now, most of the time when life sucks, we are resilient enough to handle it. But here in this Bermuda Triangle, because our expectations are so high, when life does start to suck, it's a slightly bigger blow, right? It's like, like really? Now? Like last week, maybe fine. But like this week, I have to lose my phone this week. It's the most important time for me to do work before next month when I'm doing this race and getting away or whatever it is, right? Some version of that. So level one is something just goes wrong and just life in general. Life just takes a turn for the negative and it's just poor timing for you, right? The second piece here, you just start to have some problems, and not just any old problems, but problems generally that seem like otherwise you may just sort of let it go. I got a flat tire. Oh, or my shoe, the insole's coming out, or my shoe orthotic, something's gone wrong, or my favorite pair of shoes or bib shorts or whatever your favorite pair of equipment is, it's kind of at the end of its days. And I got to get a new one, but I won't get it for 6 days, 10 days, 12 days, 18 days. Like it's crazy. And now we're starting to freak out, right? So ordinary problems that wouldn't have been a problem at any other time, but because they're happening now, because life is also sucking at this very moment, these problems are just worse, right? You take it personally, right? Like you get a flat tire and the bike is doing it to you, right? It's not just a flat tire because there's somebody left something, but like they did it to you, right? You take it personally. That's like another sign that when you're taking things personally that otherwise would just be normal events, you're in the Bermuda Triangle. Okay. And the third part here is that your mojo is depleted, right? So that the confidence that had you going, that got you bouncing out of bed to do the work, the consistency, all of that stuff, you're thinking about the race, you're thinking about your goals and the things you want to do there. And all of a sudden you're like, my mojo meter is low. Like also, like life sucks. These things aren't even working or they're broken. They need to be replaced or whatever other challenges I'm having. And also now I just don't feel like working out. Come on. And that's it, the trifecta, the three pieces, the Bermuda Triangle, where we end up in a space where we're like, I'm throwing up my hands. Like I'm really questioning my purpose here because everything was going great until this period of time. This, my friends, is the Bermuda Triangle. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I want you to understand that even if you just have one or even two of these areas, you are on the border. You don't have to necessarily be like dead in the center of the zone and be worried about total disaster. Even if you're just close, you're only a step or two away from having just one toggle switch over, and you're like, oh my God, things are just terrible. Like life is the worst. And so there's a couple of things we can do to address this, right? First and foremost, as a coach, not as your coach, but as a coach, I would tell you, don't think about this week's sessions or tomorrow's session or today's session or whatever most recently is not going well for you. Reflect back on the body of work, because when we get to this point, to have this time of year be so meaningful, there's work that's been done to this point. So let's reflect back on that work and understand that, who you've been this week or who you've been today or who you're going to be next week is really only a blip on the radar in terms of who you are across the course of this season, which is very important. So we want to take a step back and really reflect on the work that you've done. Number two, we want to be grateful for these problems. Sounds crazy. Don't get mad. Be grateful for these problems. It's really great that it happened now. Having problems earlier means that we get to address them. So we're going to change those tires on the bike. We're going to fix that shoe issue. We're going to get the new equipment or whatever it is you want. We're going to take care of that now. The odds of that happening again are infinitesimally small. As a result, we can enter race day with confidence, knowing that I have new tires on my bike, or my bike was just tuned up, or I have new shoes, or I've got the best plush bib shorts and they're brand new, or whatever those things are. We enter stronger, right? We say strong in the broken places. You literally are going to take these problems and turn them around and make yourself better for race day. So as much as they're a pain right now, it's future stronger you. And so look forward to that version of you on race day or race week, because you're going to have solved these problems and you've gotten through it. And it's just better for you to have them now. And the third part here is the Mojo piece. Mojo is a wave, my friends. I'm not a surfer. I don't know if you are out there, but when things are waves, they either working for us or they're working against us. And it's at any given point in time, if you freeze frame, you're like, this is the best. Everything's idyllic. But in general, things get better or worse, right? One of my old training partners' mantras way, way back in the day was no highs, no lows. Right. So when you're out there racing, if you feel great, check yourself. Right. And if you feel terrible, you're only like 5 minutes away from feeling much better. So just stay in the middle, because if you're at either side of those areas, you're going to come back from it. So if you're feeling great, not going to last. Hey, be like, this is an amazing moment. I hope I have another one. But don't get attached to it, because it's going to go away. And in many ways, Mojo is that wave. And the low Mojo here in the Bermuda Triangle, it's part of how Mojo works. We can't just say, Mojo on, be awesome today. I am awesome. It doesn't work that way. But we can sort of program yourself to be a little bit better. And so I'm getting down now into the secrets of how we deal with the Bermuda Triangle. And I've got 2 of them here, and I'd love to hear more from you as you're thinking about it. Number 1, instead of relying on Mojo, have a mantra, or have 3 mantras, like whatever it is for you. But instead of waiting to just be like, do I feel awesome today? Let me check my awesome meter. I don't feel awesome. Like, I'm not awesome. Instead, start your day with a ritual. Wash your face and look in the mirror and say, I am awesome. Or today's going to be an awesome day. Make it a mantra. Today's going to be awesome. I just told myself that. It's amazing. It's a rush of energy. And you've also just said it's going to happen. And we're focused on that today. So when someone says, hey, how's your day going? You can say, wow, so far it's been awesome. You just told yourself it's going to be awesome. But no one asked you who told you that. You said it was awesome. It's going to be awesome. So just set the bar at awesome going forward. That's your new mantra, right? Or maybe you want another mantra, right? I said earlier, you're strong in the broken places. If you want to embrace, okay, when things go wrong, it just makes me stronger. Wrong is the new strong. I have no idea. Some version of that's catchy for you. Have your mantra and then use that on the regular, either tied into your ritual, like I mentioned, washing your hands and then having that mantra in the morning, or maybe some other point in time when something goes wrong, you can just say, this is my mantra. Think of the annoying thing that your parents used to say all the time that you were like, oh, please stop saying that. Make whatever that thing is, get into that habit mode and make that your mantra, so we can diffuse the reliance on Mojo, because you got a mantra. Mantras you can use every single day or in certain situations, every time a situation happens. It's a way to see what the Mojo is. We just set the mantra, okay? And the second option for you is to have a ritual, action or workout, some kind of movement-oriented thing that aligns with your personal beliefs. So if you're an athlete who's, I'm active, I take care of myself, and I want to do my best on race day. Think about that personality for yourself. Then what action can you take on the daily that aligns with that? Is it 10 minutes of yoga? Is it 10 push-ups every time you go to the bathroom? Is it eating a really healthy breakfast? Is it meditating at the end of the day? Is it doing a 2-mile run, regardless of what happens in your life, so you can put something on Strava, keep your Strava streak alive, right? Whatever that action is for you, Really zoom in on it. Like figure out what is that thing that makes you feel when you do it, you get that inner feeling of, oh, I'm awesome. I can check today. I can put a check in the box that I can move forward because I did the thing that is me, right? If you can find out what that ritual action is or habit, then just build that into your day, right? So just build in 10 minutes of yoga or meditation at the end of your day, for example, or maybe when you start your day, when the coffee's brewing, whatever it is. But know that you're doing it. As you're doing it, you're saying, like, I do this because I'm a healthy athlete. I'm well rounded. I take care of my body so I can be strong on race day. And you're doing these poses. They're making you strong and flexible for race day. You did it. You've actually done that. So whether or not your day goes up or down, when when your head hits the pillow at the end of the day, hey, I'm an athlete who takes care of herself or himself because I do things to take care of my body. And I did one today. And that's great. And so when other things start to happen and go wrong, things that you can't control outside of your box, which is fine, you know that you can keep that inner monologue pristine, clean, and moving forward despite all of those distractions. So even if you're stuck in the Bermuda Triangle, things are happening all around you, you can still have your happy place, your moment of Zen, your place that keeps you strong and on track. So you can get through this point in time because it too will pass. And in reality, with just 5 weeks to go, you've only got a few weeks left of sessions to do. You've done all the work. You just got a few key sessions to do. Prioritize those sessions, get rid of the garbage sessions, do what you need to do to take care of yourself, stay on track, get the big sessions done, rest more, be patient, go connect with friends, have fun, all the good stuff. But understand that the Bermuda Triangle is just a place and it'll soon be gone and you'll be moved on. It's going to be race month. You have lots of mojo and energy. You're going to go see your friends and training partners on site. You're going to be able to explore a new venue, challenge yourself, be with your people, your tribe, all those crazy people who hang out super early in the morning and then do a big race and then hang out afterwards and talk about the big race. Ah, those people, they're waiting for you. And you're going to see them in just a few weeks. We just have to get through this Bermuda Triangle. Best of luck to you as you get through this process. I wish you good fortune, good skill, and I hope you have a great mantra and you've got that habit, that ritual workout or activity you can do. Think about it. Feel free to tell me in the comments below. I'd like to know what they are. All right, folks, have a good one. Take care.